It's the main event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and you know him as 17-year NFL veteran, 3-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys. And folks, he's back from Vegas in the enhanced games from yesterday. He felt like it was early in his NFL career watching those guys shoot up and everything. Dale Hellestrae, everybody.
Good morning, Stephen. You're back. You got a smile on your face.
It's Tuesday.
Kobe's back. Everybody made good decisions over the weekend, I trust.
Yeah, we all got out of jail in time to be here this
Did
morning.
you? Yeah, you got bailed out late last night?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Well, it's always good to hear. We got a new employee running around
We
here
do.
today.
Yeah, Ethan started today as well.
I mean, you're well. You sound better. Your throat sounds good. And
Here we
now
go.
he comes.
He's had that cough for it's like when I had whatever allergy thing I had, then he got it, and he's had that cough ever since.
So in other words, it's really not an allergy thing. Allergies don't spread.
No, because his no, but that's the weird thing. Like then he took allergy medicine and he got all better and cleared up. It's just he has that dang cough he can't get rid of. I don't know what his situation was, but yeah, I know.
How was your weekend?
It was good.
Yeah?
Relaxing. I almost didn't want to come back, Dale.
Oh, really? Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I pulled up, and there's one car, and there's two cars, and we're ready to roll.
Man, that's the problem. I enjoy my time off.
Yeah.
Meaning I can get used to it. So made it back. No, it was a good weekend. Did a whole lot of hung out with the kids and friends and stuff like that. Went mini golfing one day. We went and saw Mandalorian and Grogu yesterday. Me and Ethan. Mini golfing. We did something else. Oh, the kids all did an escape room with their friends on Saturday. That was fun.
You didn't go with them?
I didn't go with them. I didn't want to pay the $30 to go in there. So we just sat out in the lobby.
I think those can be fun, especially if it's just your family.
They don't do. We made sure they don't do the add people in.
Okay, because I've done two of them. One time, our family got added to another family, and I just stood back because
that's not cool.
It was not a whole lot of fun. And finally, Hillary took control of the whole situation. She's like,
so you're gonna do this? Yeah. You're gonna do this? You're gonna do this?
Said this girl's tried 3 codes. I know what the code is.
That's the problem. You got to let other people do stuff and everything. No, it was just for the kids to have fun. Ethan says I was dragged to the escape room. He was, because you know how kids are, like trying to arrange it and everything. And it was like, this kid's in. These kids are in. So we have 8 people. And then like 2 of them, one of them's like, I can't go now. My mom says I have to do this or whatever.
Right.
So then it's like all of a sudden you're down to like 4 people. And you're like, crap, we just had 8. So that's where I was like on a standby in case I needed an extra body in there, help them out or whatever and stuff like that. So I told Ethan, I go, you're going. We need you. You're going to go. So it was fun. It was a good time for them. They sound like they had a good time in there. Nobody beat each other up and stuff like that. But that's all I did all weekend. It was that simple of a weekend. Watched a lot of racing on Sunday with the Indy 500. Closest finish ever.
Did that make it a really good race?
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
It was not a very good racing weekend, man. Even on the NASCAR side of things, rain everywhere, stuff like that. It was just disappointing weekend. So pit stop will be fun this week. Maybe I'll be over my negativity to the racing weekend.
Okay.
No, but that's the thing, right? I always say this, and I say this about golf even. Play however you play and be crappy or whatever, but finish your last hole unbelievable.
Right.
Because that's all you'll remember. It's all you'll talk about.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And so same thing here. Like the race was all right. Like I didn't think it was too spectacular. It has moments, whatever. But man, that ending, and you're like, man, we can't wait till next year. So it's kind of funny. On the other hand, on the NASCAR side, rain ended the race. So the guy that was just in the lead won the race.
That's anticlimactic.
Yeah, and you're just like, whatever.
That's like a golf tournament being suspended on Sunday afternoon, and then they just say, you know what?
Give the winner. Hey, you're in the lead. Here you go. And you're just like, what? Guys could have battled it out, all of that stuff. It's even the truck race. They had to run the truck race. Supposed to be Friday night, but rain kept pushing it, so they did it Sunday morning. They put it on a clock. So they're like, noon Eastern time, this race ends no matter what. How stupid of an end. It's like why are we watching this if you're just going to just arbitrarily say it's over now? It's dumb. So I don't know. I thought it was kind of stupid, but hey, Indy 500, good ending. So end good is what I'm saying.
Right.
No matter how bad it is in the mess part. Robert tells Ethan, "Welcome to adulting, Ethan." I know. Back to work. Yeah, he's no longer. Before he just was kind of like filling duties. He's an official employee now of the company.
Really?
Yep.
The mega empire that's beginning to start here in Phoenix.
We've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, it's getting bigger, Steve. You're going to have to hire staff.
We've always had a staff. It's just they're not here all the time.
You got to hire a vice president.
Oh my God! Somebody want to run this place?
A secretary.
Somebody can come run this place. I'll just sit at home.
Scheduler.
Whereas now I just show up whenever.
Yeah.
Just get it done and get it over to us. That's all we care about. Oh my goodness! But how was your weekend? 3-day weekend for you, Dale?
3-day weekend. Actually, 2 days of golf.
You did get it in. I was gonna say with grandbaby and everything. So you did get golf in.
So
I'm worried about you.
So I golfed Saturday and just let them hang out and whatever. And then Sunday was our official last day. We tag teamed the in-laws as they came in from the Bay Area.
Oh, so they're here for a week or so, I imagine?
They're here for a week or so.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, I was holding the baby. The baby's precious and it doesn't cry much when I'm holding it, which is a plus. And as soon as they walked in, waved, here, we're out.
You're gonna show up and be like, that kid's 2 now?
Yeah.
I feel like we just left them a week ago.
So the next time I see her, it might be walking.
That's going to be so funny. Dale's like, who's that kid? That's your granddaughter. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's fantastic. So it was a good weekend. Brooke and I golfed yesterday, and then we just had our own little cookout right on the big family thing.
No, just you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought about it yesterday. I was like, I wonder if Dale's doing a big family cookout.
Moon Valley had a really big pool party, but it got over just as we were finishing golf, and so we said,
Yeah, you did. Oh, you guys just walk in. Brooke good at golf?
She can golf.
Doesn't matter.
No.
You're just out there with your sweetie, man. That's all that matters.
But she didn't golf yesterday. I golfed with our group.
I'm sorry, your group. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said you golf.
No, we just cooked out after.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. No, we did food last night too. But we just cooked it on the house. Giant windstorm came. I was like, oh, we'll go use our grill. And then all of a sudden, trees are like sideways.
Yeah. You guys get rain?
I know. Not that I know of.
They said East Mesa got rain.
Oh, it's just out where we are.
They said far east, I guess.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's Apache Junction, probably.
Okay.
No, but it was dark clouds coming in. There were dark clouds coming in over the Superstition, so somebody probably got some.
Okay.
I saw a friend that I just follow on Instagram and everything had put a video out with like a ton of rain yesterday.
Well,
ton of rain
all along the rim. I think there's some hail. I saw on the news last night some little.
So she used to live in Ahwatukee. I don't know where she lived, but she's from Payson, so she might have been in Payson.
Okay.
But I mean, it was like, and I was trying to figure out the houses didn't look like Payson houses though, But I was like, man, that's a lot of rain. That's not in the valley, is it? So I was trying to figure it out. I could have messaged her, but I didn't really care. So somebody got a lot of rain yesterday. Yes. It was like a downpour. From that, but no, nothing. Just a lot of wind and dust last couple nights. I put my trash can out Sunday night because we were dark yesterday, so I'm like, I'm not getting up at 6 a.m. I'll forget to take it out. So I put it out Sunday night, and all of a sudden the wind was blowing hard, like my windows were sounding, and I was like, oh, my trash can's gonna end up like 4 houses down and spilled. But I left it out. It was still standing the next morning, so it couldn't have been that bad.
Make sure there's no private info in there, Steve.
No. I shred it. Oh, no, I shred everything. If it's even like 2 occupant with my address, I'm like, shred.
I mean, you're the HOA president. You probably got eviction notices in there. And...
We don't do that. You get me in so much trouble, man. Come on. Jeez. Oh, you're killing me here. But good. You got away from the grandbaby.
The grandbaby's got a little break from that. And while it's nice to relax a little bit, because it's a lot at 63 when you got 6 and 4
their
for
energy levels
all day long. Because then when they nap or the 6-year-old will rest a little bit, take an hour, go to his room, and sometimes he'll fall asleep. Most of the time he doesn't. The 4-year-old does still nap. But while they're doing that, you got to get stuff done.
Yeah.
It's not like you get to go take a nap, too.
Well, you should. You should. You just throw all adult responsibilities to the side. Just go sit down. That's what I did this weekend, and I didn't do, like, nothing adulting. I started to clean off my living room table because I just had, like, I just throw the junk mail on there. So I'm going through it or whatever. Like, I did it for, like, 10 minutes, and then I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm gonna go do something else. I was like, you know what? This weekend, not doing it this weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend. We need to give our tribute to the troops and everything like that. I'm not going to clean up my table today.
You showed them.
Showed the world.
Yes.
Showed the world what it's like.
Well, you probably were walking on cloud nine. Your favorite team, the Diamondbacks, rocking and rolling, and your favorite basketball team, the Knicks, slicing and dicing.
Dude, they look good.
Your Carolina Panthers winning games.
Well, Carolina
Hurricanes, whatever.
Oh yeah,
hockey.
you're forgetting my favorite one. Man, I'm gonna have to check out the freaking NHL finals schedule and see if there's a game I can make it to up there. Mm-hmm.
The unbeatable Colorado Avalanche. Nobody's touching them.
Yeah, man. Don't leave it to the Knights. Leave it to the Knights to destroy them, I guess, right?
I know you delved all weekend into how much does Jacoby Brissett want for to come back and play the starter.
I'm pretty sure you were here for that. Remember we talked about that? And I'm pretty sure you were here for this conversation. And I said if they were really far off, they would float it out there and we'd hear about it.
Yeah.
Friday, Josh Weinfers from ESPN. They're really far apart.
But nobody, and I was listening to the other radio station on the way in today. The fascinating thing is because that's what they were saying. You would think if they're far apart, whoever's being unreasonable, numbers would start to float. There's no way. Well, Brissett represents himself.
Yes. So it's not coming from him.
No, and
that was my argument all along, is if he's being unreasonable, the Cardinals will float it to people.
Mark Dalton
put it out there.
Will text it to
You'll say his name.
X and X and X and X.
Yes. And I find it weird though. I said that it was beginning of last week, wasn't it?
Yes, you brought that
and
up.
then by Friday, May 22nd, whenever that was, this story comes out. They're significantly apart. But it also tells me they're not that far apart because the numbers weren't said. So the Cardinals, I'm put money on it now. The Cardinals went, hey, national media guys, Jacoby Brissett's asking, we're significantly apart, sending the message of he's got to come back to our level a little bit. The fact that there were no numbers in that reporting tells you they're not that far.
But that allows your imagination to run a little bit. What is significant? $1 million? Because $1 million is significant to you and I.
To them, it's not.
To them, is that significant? Is it $5 million?
To the Cardinals, it is. But here's the other side of it, and it's a genius move by the Cardinals to do this because 90% of the comments on Josh Weinfers, and then ESPN retweeted it, and then Schefter retweeted it. The ESPN, the head guys retweeted it. And I looked at all the comments. I paid attention to the comments. 90-something% of the comments were, just trade the guy. Just cut him. Cut him, meaning Brissett. They were on the Cardinals sideline here.
Right.
Came from the Cardinals. Let's be clear about two things. It came from the Cardinals that there's a significant difference. And they did it for that reason. Everybody goes, Brissett, just cut Brissett. He doesn't need to be there. Trade him. Get rid of him. They don't need to be there. That's why they did it. And the fact no numbers were floated tells you they're not that far apart. But like you said, to me, that tells me the Cardinals are like, we're not. Give the guy a $7 million guaranteed deal and then give him bonuses for every game one that he starts. It's not that hard. You mean to tell me Jacoby Brissett ain't going to take that? Guaranteed $7 million.
So that would, and right now he's only guaranteed like $1.5 million.
$1.5 million guaranteed.
But his salary is like $5.
It's I want to say 4.88. That's what I'm going to say.
That's what you want to say, not 4.89.
Yeah, no, 4.88.
That's what you want to say.
I just popped it up. It just popped up and my eyes landed on it. 4.88 million. I'm just going to say 4.88 million.
See, I would think anything under $10 million.
That's what I'm going to say. Even if it's 10, I have no problem with 10.
Because I think the smart plan is you're going in with him expecting him to be your starter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 1 year. It's not going to next year. It's not going to hurt your salary cap.
That's my point.
Nothing.
You have the money for 10 million.
No.
Why are you arguing this point if you're the car? Now, like I said, if he's asking for 20 million, here's two middle fingers, buddy.
Or does he want 2 years? Or
no.
that's what you don't know.
Yeah, the answer is no.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and stuff like that. But OTAs, mandatory OTAs are this week.
And that's where you. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, that's where you can start finding. You can't start anymore. It's mandatory.
It's mandatory
that you find the player, and it adds up pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. And for a guy only making 1.5 million,
yeah,
guaranteed if this backfire. Yeah, that's the other thing people don't know is Brissett is his own agent.
Yes, so he doesn't probably have Adam Schefter and Josh Weinfuss and all those beat numbers in his phone.
He probably does.
I don't know.
What are they going to listen to?
Well, why would you?
Here's my other side of it. Are they going to listen to his side? Hey, look, say what you want. Adam Schefter puts unverified stuff out there from the team's perspective for a reason, Dale. Wrong stuff out there that team's telling for a reason. So he continues to curry favor with them and get
his
stuff.
job counts on him having
Jacoby Brissett texting Schefter and going, here's where I am, here's where they are. They're being ridiculous. And Schefter's going to go, hey, team, what's your response? And that's the angle he's going to put back out there. Because Jacoby Brissett's not giving him anything after this year and years future.
Right.
The team, he wants that stuff. So I do find it fascinating. But what's with $10 million and then give him a bonus for every game after that, every game won? Here, okay, you'll get here's a $10 million, $100,000 for every game you win as a starter.
Can make another $1.5 million.
Yep. If you and then if you win 12, 13, aren't you gladly cutting that check?
Yes.
If he wins 12 games, you're like here's your money, buddy. And if he's not, you're not paying it. Who cares?
But will he take that?
Well, that's the other side of it. I don't know. I'm assuming he will.
It's just fascinating. Isn't it just like your Arizona Cardinals, Steven?
This is stupidest thing
to
ever.
Be the worst team in the division.
They took my payment out last week, and my payment, they charged me for it. And I was like almost angry because it happened right as this report was coming out. I was like angry about it. I'm like, take my money and put it toward Jacoby Brissett, please.
But your Arizona Cardinals, you don't hear, even the Browns, you don't hear of. Well, what you're hoping for is a bridge quarterback holding out for more money.
Shadur Sanders is holding out right now.
Yeah, it's not even happening to the Browns.
No, it's stupid. It's a microcosm of how ridiculous the Cardinals organization is.
Yes.
Why even have this argument? Is my argument. Why even have this argument? If you don't want to pay him, then just cut him. Move on. Cut your loss and move on. It's as simple as that. Why are you even having this argument? Here's what we're willing to do. No? All right. See you later, buddy. We'll start with Gardner Minshew and we're moving to Carson Beck anyway. See you later.
We're shooting for next year anyway.
Yeah.
We're going to have $175 million salary cap money next year.
And I'm also one of those guys that complains when fans spend the owner's money. I wouldn't pay that much. Well, you're not the owner. But then at the same time, it's like, literally, dude, it's $10 million for a starting quarterback.
Right.
That's penny. Aaron Rodgers just signed for $22 million. It could go up to 25 or something like that. $10 million for a guy that you've said is your starter is ridiculously low. Let's do it, man. Let's go.
Especially.
And you have.
And here's the thing I know I lose track of every once in a while. I know Jacoby Brissett only won one game last year.
But that offense moved when he was behind.
They scored points. Yeah. He had good stats, not even just decent stats. He had good stats.
There were multiple times he left the field with the lead.
Yes.
The defense blew it.
Yes.
And that's what I don't understand what the argument is. He looked, if you take, everybody focuses on the wins, obviously, but if you take that away, he ran the offense better. Michael Wilson became an all-pro receiver under his tutelage. And that's why I'm negative on Marv a little bit. Because, you look bad with Kyler. Okay, that was a communication issue. Jacoby Brissett moved that ball up and down the field with Wilson. And you couldn't get involved in it? That worries me about a receiver when two quarterbacks can't get him going. And it's just like, oh, my God. So that's where the argument cracks me up. But, so that happened on Friday as soon as we were off air there as well. And then here's the starting pair. I wanted to look it up because this is where I rolled my eyes a little bit because this is how stupid the Cardinals are today. After months of negotiating, quarterback Jacoby Brissett and the Cardinals are still not close to reaching an agreement on a reworked deal for this season. After months of negotiating. He's going to miss OTAs. He's probably going to be a holdout come training camp. Going into training camp. This is how stupid you are, Arizona Cardinals. So I did. Yeah, that was a fun start to the weekend.
That's your guys. The
fact that there was no money, the word significant, a source told ESPN that the two sides are significantly far apart, but no numbers were given.
Which only gives way to your imagination of what is significant.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We're talking about the Cardinal. Dude, a free pair of shorts every week is significant to the cheap Michael Bidwell. Jacoby Brissett's just like, I just want a new pair of shorts every week for practice. And Michael Bidwell's like, well, you can buy them for $20.99. Like
we give you 2 pair of shorts at the beginning of the year. If they wear out, payroll deduction. That's the way it used to be. I don't think it's that way anymore.
I don't think it is either, but it was there for a while. Yeah. I remember, I think I told this story on air. Dave Brown, I did this thing, the Cardinals with Sun Devil State. I wasn't in the media side. I was probably if I was either at ASU or I just graduated. And I was in the Cardinals locker room. And Dave Brown had like all these shorts on there or whatever. And like everybody else only had like a few pairs or whatever. And somebody I was with like mentioned, oh, hey, you have a lot of shoes and shorts in your locker room. And he goes, well, got to go it up there. And they're like, man, you just stock. Why doesn't anybody else stock up if they're free? And he goes, they're not free. I pay for every one of those. And we're all just like, what? You don't even get uniforms when you're the Cardinals. They probably charge them if they rip their uniform in a game.
Why are you playing so rough?
You should take better care of it. Just tape it up. Duct tape it. You'll be good. You'll be good on that.
So what was more disturbing? The story of the last place by 9 games out of third place, Arizona Cardinals, and their starting quarterback having issues. Was it, or was it, this probably impacted me more mentally than anything over the weekend. We don't have to get into it right now, but the Suns possibly having interest in Ja Morant.
Yeah, that would be the worst.
Oh my! I gouge my eyes out.
Is that dude? But that's coming from like I did see ESPN did a how the Suns can get Ja Morant.
Yes.
Yeah. Here's what it'll take to get Ja Morant if you're the
Oh
Suns.
gosh.
That would set this Sun because. Look, I'm even the guy that's like out there, and we'll get to the comments in a minute. But I'll Matt Ishbia has said all the right thing. We made fun of him in the press conference last year before the season on how he was going to turn the team around. We're like, nobody believes you, whatever. And then he did exactly what he said he was going to do.
Right.
Team came out on fire. They were fun to watch most of the season. All of that stuff. And then he came out and said more of we need to get better. So. How does Ja Morant, how can you say all of that stuff and we all believe you now, and then you bring in Ja Morant?
Well, remember, Dylan the Villain played with him. Ja Morant wasn't as much trouble when Dylan was there.
I'll go a step farther. I think this is a legit opportunity.
Again.
And you're going to get rid of Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, who aren't coming back on this team.
But is this not typical Suns? It's a lightning rod decision to where, yes, Ja Morant 5 years ago, sign me up.
He's still a great talent.
Sign me up.
When he plays.
Sign me up.
When he's not flashing a gun.
Ja Morant of the last 3 years.
Hey, we do have lax gun laws here, though. He probably won't get in trouble as much here.
Wow. But anyway, I heard that over the weekend. I'm like, how does he fit into the
I was
mold
just
of
placating
size?
it out. I do like the trade. I do like the trade pieces for him.
Yeah, of course, the trade pieces where you're not giving up really anything.
Royce O'Neal, not Minshew. I'm thinking Minshew because I just saw it on my screen. Grayson Allen. I forget the other piece there. But yeah, guys that probably aren't going to be back on this team anyway, I don't think.
It's not Devin Booker. It's not Dylan Brooks. It's not any of those.
It's not the core pieces.
Yes.
It's the guys that are either often injured or guys that are expendable because you have guys that, like Royce O'Neal is a fantastic player. I think he'd be great to stay on this team. You have 4 other guys that play like him.
Yes.
So you don't need that role anymore because you get rid of him and you still have 3 guys ready to play that role. So right. Robert says, not a fan, but going after Ja makes more sense than Giannis.
Again.
Giannis is interesting to me, though, because is he not playing well because he's just been disgruntled and they let him get away with a ton? Does it change when he gets here? That's why Giannis to me is intriguing. Is this all because Milwaukee just lets him, and then he goes someplace else, and all of a sudden he's Giannis of past?
See, I could see him doing that if he goes anywhere but here. But with our track record,
it just works.
He'll come here,
drags the whole team down with him.
And it's like, no, his talent really has dwindled that much.
I don't want either one of them. I don't want either one of them, man. Build through somebody else is what I say on that side of it. Robert, just going back to the Cardinals talk, he says, give him directions to the airport. So Robert's one of them on the Jacob. I swear, 95% of the comments, if not more, were on just ship him away. Brissett wants to play this game, get him out of here. He has a right to ask for more money. They named him the starter.
Right.
He's making less than his backup. It shouldn't be that big of a negotiation.
Just think about this for a second, because we don't ever delve deep, kind of stay on the surface. But think about this: you named Jacoby your starter, right? Mm-hmm. Going into next year, and then you go, you know what? We want a seasoned backup, no matter how bad he is or whatever you think of Gardner Minshew. Mm-hmm. He's going to be the backup. I know. Let's pay him more money.
This is what annoys me about this situation.
And we're going to expect no issues?
When you named Jacoby Brissett the starter, you know what should have come with that announcement? Here's his contract extension.
Yes.
And you don't name him the starter until you have the contract extension built into it. But the Cardinals don't do that, Dale. No, this is what drives me nuts. They went, we're going to pay his backup more than him.
Yes.
And we're going to move on with our lives.
And we expect no retribution.
It drives me nuts how the Cardinals operate. What makes you think that's a good idea?
And I do want to say this.
What?
For people out there who don't understand sometimes the inner workings of sports.
Yeah.
You name a guy a starter, a certain significance comes with that.
Absolutely.
They could have just as easily not named anybody a starter.
That's my argument. Don't name him the starter until the contract extension. Hey, Jacoby. You're behind the scenes. You go, hey, Jacoby, we want you to. You're going to be our starter. Behind the scenes, you're going to be our starter, and here we want to pay you. You know what we believe you deserve to be our starter. Here's $10 million. Here's your bonus structure. We'd love to do that. Once you sign this deal, perfect. Let's do a start. The reason why this is if Jacoby Brissett wasn't named the starter and didn't show up to OTAs, everybody's going to go, whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares? But you named him the starter, and then you were like, no, we're not going to do anything. And Jacoby has to go, guys, pay me like a starter. And they go, wait, what?
Well, I know we named you that.
You want that?
Really?
No, this is my whole point. It goes to my point there in terms of getting in the weeds is, for the love of God, Cardinals, can you do anything right?
And then the last thing to this puzzle is the fact that it'd be one thing if the coaching staff was coming back, same offense, same things that Brissett has run.
That's the side. Offense is changing.
New head coach, new philosophy, new plays, new schemes, new everything that. Yeah. The only way you're going to learn them.
New toy on offense.
Yes.
On top of it that you have to manufacture into this offense.
Yeah.
It's not like everybody on offense is coming back. He's just like, I can just step right in there and do it. You got to figure out how fast is Jeremiah Love out of that backfield to throw that ball to him out of that backfield and stuff. No, it's just the Cardinals. Memorial Day weekend, and we're still frustrated with the Cardinals.
Beginning of summer, not the end.
Robert says, are we sure Brissett is not advised by Boris? That's the thing. When you read that article, you initially go, man, he's asking for $30 million. John Holmberg last week looked at me and said, I'm hearing Jacoby Brissett's asking for $30 million a year. And I go, where are you hearing that from? And then he's like, I saw it on Twitter. So I did a Twitter, and it was like some made-up fake site. So I was like, John, John, you got that from he goes, no, CBS Sports. I go, no, it wasn't. This is the only guy. I said I typed it in. This is the only guy that's saying it, and it's a parody site. But that's what you think of when you read that, though, that was before this article came out. And you think, oh, he's asking for Aaron Rodgers type money. If he is, I agree with you. Send him, hey, here's a Southwest flight to wherever you want to go, buddy.
Oh, Southwest, not even American.
No, you know what? Cardinals are probably like, here's a Spirit flight for you. Jacoby's like, they don't fly anymore. They're like, oh, well, deal with it.
Shows up to the airport. Hey, where's the wing for Spirit?
We got your ticket, buddy. That's all we could do. Get out of here.
Oh, goodness. But, hey, those direct withdrawals from your account, they hit like clockwork.
Robert says, just paying $500,000 more than Minshew. I mean, there are people out there, and Robert, I don't know if this is you or not, that people are like, $10 million is too much for him. He only won one game last year. Backup quarterbacks make $10 million, $8, $9, $10 million these days.
No.
$10 million's nothing for a quarterback, folks, let alone your starter. Nothing. But anyway, Cardinals got it out there last week. They used Josh Weinfuss and ESPN as the model of we're significantly apart. Somebody send him the sources within that Cardinals building is my point here, in my opinion. I don't know for a fact, in my opinion, is inside that Cardinals building. And they got it out there.
Again,
turn the pride, the rise against him.
My whole thing, they have room under the cap this year.
Mm-hmm. $30-something million.
They have room under the cap this year. Now, don't let it seep into next year. Give them $10 million this year.
Yeah. No, that's my point. It's a one-year deal because if you're good, you have your quarterback.
Right.
If you're bad, you need a quarterback. You don't need Jacoby Brissett next year. Unless he goes and wins 12, 13 games and you don't have a crappy draft pick. Then all of a sudden you're like, all right. But nobody sees it going that way, right?
I mean, he completed 65% of his passes. Good.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't, you're going to put him in the Hall of Fame after last year.
No, but
does nobody remember what this Cardinals offense was when Murray was running this offense?
Remember?
It's terrible.
Offensive line wasn't very good. Running game had dwindled to almost nothing.
He got his face beat in most games because the line was terrible.
And the defense couldn't stop Steve McCollum and his son.
I can think of, they had a 3-game losing streak. 4-game last second field goals, was it 3 or 4? I don't remember now. That Jacoby Brissett left the field with the lead.
Yeah.
And the defense gave up the game-winning field goals. It's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? I get so just the Cardinals. Way to get me depressed here on this Tuesday, Dale. What are we even doing here? Like, seriously. Mandatory OTAs, I think they're this week, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that, though. I could be a week off.
You've been a week off lately.
I have been. It has been ridiculous how I've been. This was the earliest Memorial Day can be in a season, and Labor Day is the latest Labor Day can be. We have the longest summer coming up, and since like 1972 or something ridiculous. Summer's technically usually like 90-something days, 99. Like last year was 99. This year it's 100 and something days of summer because Memorial Day was so early and Labor Day is so late. We just got to just slowly go towards the Arizona Cardinals football season.
Do you think the weather's going to pay attention to that? All right.
I saw Friday is going to be like 90 degrees or something.
Enjoy
like that.
it, Stephen.
I know. Well, it's funny because we were going miniature golfing on Saturday. I was like, because we're just like, hey, what do you want to do? Blah, blah. Miniature golfing. And I'm like, well, we'll have to hit Golfland up at like 5 o'clock, so the sun's going down or whatever. And then I went outside and I went, all right, we're going to go to these, we're going to Fat Cats. We're going to the indoor golfing. Mini golf is what we're going to go do because it's hot out. We're going where there's air conditioner. And it was still hot in there. It had air conditioner, but it's still warm in there. And all that stuff. But yeah, it was pretty funny. It's just, I'm not ready for it, man. Not ready for it. Hey, Dale, how would you like to be? When was the Ryder Cup? Let me ask you this. When was the Ryder Cup?
Last September.
And they're blaming Don Ray Jr.
Yeah.
They're saying that's the reason why he's no longer leading the PGA of America. He's no longer the president of it because of his delayed response to the unruly fan behavior directed at the European team at the Ryder Cup.
His
September?
Delayed response.
Is that a delayed firing? Yeah. Didn't they just do what he did at the Ryder Cup? The Ryder Cup was almost a year ago, folks. And it took him a year to fire the guy for that reason. They did the same thing he did. The board of directors announced a leadership transition on Friday. They say he's been suspended for the remainder of his 2-year term, which ends in this November as well. The vice president, Nathan Charnes, has been named acting president moving forward. Yeah.
Derek Sprague.
Almost a year later, and they suspend this guy and blame that reason. They had a delayed response to his delayed response. Make it make sense, Dale.
Well, my thing is, why do you need a president, and why do you need a CEO? Why do you need this, and why do you need 18 guys to run this thing?
Because you gotta filter and hide the money somehow.
Oh.
you gotta take in the millions of dollars and funnel it somewhere.
Also, he came under fire because of the awkward trophy presentation in which he mentioned Europe had retained the cup rather than winning it.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I'm wondering, did he get fired because the Europeans complained so much about him?
I have a feeling that has a lot to do with it. Plus,
because Rory was vocal.
Maybe
Rory, the most miserable SOB that he's becoming the most unlikable golfer in the tour, was very vocal about him and everything like that. These fans are being mean to us. These fans.
Well, you also have to take into account why, if you don't want loud, obnoxious fans, why do you have this tournament in New York?
Yeah, at Black Page, right?
Yeah,
it was.
A public course.
Yeah.
In New York.
Yeah. Yeah, you're getting
what could go wrong?
Just like was it 2 weeks ago when they were in, outside of Philadelphia. Yeah. Rory had a problem with that crowd too. So anyway, that's happening right now. It just doesn't make sense to me either. Two things that make zero sense to me: Cardinals situation with Jacoby Brissett, and the delayed firing of the delayed response of the president of the PGA of America.
Well,
if you want to send the message, don't you suspend that guy a year ago or in October, November?
Oh yeah, in October, don't you?
Yeah, not May, beginning of June.
He might have just really sucked at his job on top of
everything. That was the problem. That's the thing. But they're giving that as the excuse,
right?
Or maybe he was just like, I did everything right. maybe he wore a shirt one day that just says F Rory on it, and they're like.
Somebody got a picture of that.
Why does the PGA of America care about what a bunch of European guys think of them?
No.
What are they going to do? Not play in the Ryder Cup next year?
Yeah. Europe's boycotting it.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Well, it's going to be over in Europe, so they can't boycott next one.
What are we going to do if they don't come back again? Oh, no.
Steve, really the only thing, and I know you always save it for the last because usually you get your little negativity out at the end of the show.
No, we're negative now.
There's only one thing that's going right for us in the Valley.
Yeah, two things.
No.
ASU baseball, you got to include that too.
That is true.
They're the 3 seed going into the Lincoln, Nebraska Super Regional or Regional. They're the 3 seed, and they're the favorite to win the bracket. They're favored over the 1 and 2 seeds.
Well, that means that they drew a very favorable regional.
They did.
It'll be interesting to hear Lou's take on all that on Thursday.
On Thursday, because they start playing Friday coming up here.
What a great time to have him.
But yeah, no, I mean, because they were scheduled. Everybody had them going to the Eugene region or Oregon State.
Well, it's up in Oregon.
Yeah, it was but they played Oregon State and some other really good team in that.
Right.
They got Lincoln and they got Nebraska and Ole Miss in this one, and they're both beatable. As you can beat both of those teams. To the point where, like I said, they're favored over them.
So we're a baseball state, Steve.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, it's not all negative. There's 2 good things going on. ASU softball, they did their best against Texas. Yes. They did get eliminated.
They won the first game.
Yeah, but then they lost. Yeah, but beating Texas at Texas in a super regional is a big deal for
that means you have to beat them 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3, and they weren't able to do that. Texas could win the championship here, folks. So it's not like now they've already beaten teams that were championship favorites to get to this point. So we got to give them props. They definitely did better than expected there as well. But no, I mean, baseball and softball is what we are. We're definitely not a football in terms of pro football.
Right.
We're definitely not NBA in terms of NBA. Yeah, we're a baseball town, I think. Softball town.
It's even the football has dwindled down to the high school level.
But even then,
to where
even then, there's a lot of controversy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's the football part negativity is drilled down.
The only one it's not at is ASU right now.
Everything's quiet there.
Even U of A has a bunch of question marks surrounding.
Yeah, but I have total confidence in them bringing out another staunch competitive football team from Tucson.
Their coach who couldn't win at San Jose State is all of a sudden going to start winning in the Big 12?
Well, he won last year. Beat the snot out of the Sun Devils.
Yeah, the Territory Cup.
Yeah. But anyway,
that was just luck.
Over the weekend, there's some big 7-on-7 tournaments, and I know most of you don't give 2 hoots about high school football, especially off-season. 7-on-7, there's this controversy about who's retweeting who and who's giving proper credit and who's this. Like,
high school media people, I'm sorry. You need to stop worrying if somebody retweets your stuff and doesn't give you credit. You just got to stop worrying about it.
Oh, my goodness. So Kevin McCabe's had the crosshairs put right in for those of you who don't know, longtime sports guy.
He's been accused of doing that a few times.
Yep. He's not the most well-respected guy out there, but he's got the biggest following.
I would say the biggest mouth. Well, I don't know if I'd say most respected. He takes a lot of arrows.
I didn't say most respected. He's got the biggest following.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. But I mean, he's controversial. He's old, doesn't know how stuff works, He's like, what's Twitter?
No, he knows what Twitter is, as I saw over the weekend. Yeah, but anyway, it was just kind of. I listened
to his program on Saturday because of all this stuff, just to see if it'd be talked about. It's just, I get it, man. It's all free, and people, I give credit all the time. And if you don't know how I do it, if somebody has a video, I'll share the video, and then it attributes to the video at the bottom, and stuff like that.
Right.
90% of what you see on my feed is not from me or anybody that works for us or anything to that effect here at TME Media. I'm resending it out, but I'm always giving them credit because I'm sharing their videos. And if I can't share their videos for whatever reason, I just retweet the whole thing so you see who it's from. Here, we try to remember where we get it from and stuff like that, but we generally tell you. But I mean, we even ran into this a little bit with a couple national people that cover some professional sports where they're like, I'm tired of people stealing our stuff all the time. And I wasn't stealing their stuff. It's because I actually don't pay attention to them too much. Now they put logos on their stuff I see all the time, which cracks me up. We could just crop the logo out. It's not that hard. What we do for a living, we can all do it. It's just stop complaining about it. It's just getting to the point where it's getting annoying in my eyes, especially high school. But I will say, if you're big enough like McCabe, you need to do your best to attribute it out.
Well, what you need to do is you need to bring along the younger guys and give them their credit, and you got to build them up.
You got to build those guys up. Like If you don't know, like Richard R. Obert is, I think, fantastic. But the stuff he tweets out, and I know this about him because I've had conversations with him on certain. I'm like, hey man, do you have any more info on this move that you tweeted about? And he'll be, oh, so and so told me. He'll like flat out tell me, oh, so and so let me know that it happened.
Yeah.
It's not like these guys know nobody in high school sports. There's no centralized place that announces this school's doing this and this school's doing this. You usually hear from people around the program call you up and go, hey, this is what's happening.
Or in the program.
Or in the program. Or the coach itself calls and tells you. So, and you don't always give it out in the tweet and stuff like that. But I've seen people accusing Richard of being like, oh, he gets his info from this guy and that guy. In high school, you have all that stuff because you can't cover every high school
There's
team.
over 200 high schools. He covers football, basketball, baseball, track.
Yes.
Rattlers.
Yes. He misses Rattler games because of high school
and
stuff.
so, yes, of course he's going. But I have never heard anybody diss on Richard.
No, they just a couple of people on Twitter a few weeks ago going, he gets his info from this guy all the time. And I'm like, yeah. Because that guy's involved in a program, and he calls them and tells them, and stuff happens around the program. And not surprising.
But this isn't the first time I've heard Kevin McCabe come under fire.
Yeah.
And
if you see it online, you should attribute it. And that's what bothers me the most, because we've run into this in this business all the time. Like, I'm in for what we do here. When I was on the radio, I was new to the business, and I had it out with a few grown-up people that have I've been in the business for 30-something years. Yeah, but you got fired everywhere you were, sir. I've been in this business for 30-something years. Yeah, you got fired. Last place you were, you're still whining about it, you clown. You're still complaining about how you got fired. And then you're just sitting there and you're just like, dude, you should be helping me help you get up and stuff like that. I'll help you out. I help them out. And you just get screwed on the back end. Help the younger kids out, man. Yes. That's the way I look at it. Any young kid in high school wants a platform or something, we'll figure out a platform to work at to get them their voice, get them to do this stuff and move forward. Not everybody operates that way. They're just like, this is my info. You can't have it.
Well, a guy like Kevin McCabe should be in the business. He's the number one guy here. You say his name, anybody who follows high school has heard of it.
They've all known.
And probably Obert. Those are the two. Yep. But they should be bringing along.
I'll throw Bruce Cooper in there as well, because I had a conversation over the week and somebody's like, what happened to Bruce?
Yeah, but Bruce has been out for now a few years and all that. But those two are still involved, and they should be bringing along the next generation, because guess what, Kevin? You're not going to be around for another 25 years.
Yeah, and you don't have to give them the stuff that you're told that's proprietary, but give them credit for stuff.
Yes.
That's what drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy... And I can't even think of a name. Hey, this guy, told me about this. Or this guy talked about this.
He was out at the Memorial Day 7-on-7 tournament that I couldn't be at because I had a family. He's 22 years old.
Exactly. So I'm taking the info from this guy who was out there. Yeah, it's not that hard. And if you post it, it's public. I got news for you, people. If you post it, it's public. If I post a video of something I'm at, guess what? In my eyes, that video is now public. People can repost it and do whatever they want with it. It's just this high school. It's a whole high school thing. Trust me. See, now when you get into college and pros, you get into more professional people and stuff.
Well,
like
there's trademarks and
there's real life sources of.
There's very little that you're just gonna haphazardly toss out about an ASU football practice.
No. You're being told
you're not gonna get a phone call or an email.
Yeah, it's just amazing to see. But I don't know. This business is a whole backwards one. It actually disgusts me at times. I'm not gonna lie to you. And we don't operate that way. That's one reason why Dale's here as my ghost. I made sure, I vetted Dale, made sure he wasn't like those other weasels. Make it about them all the time.
High school football is becoming high school sports is sometimes becoming kind of slimy. I don't blame the kids.
No.
I blame the parents and a little bit of the media. But
oh, no. This whole, I told you, I haven't delved into it all. But this whole Mesa, where the principal and the athletic director, two well-respected gentlemen in high school levels, the contracts weren't renewed. And I got an online squabble there with a couple people that are just like, Mason needs to justify this. And I'm like, they don't need to justify anything. They just don't want him back. They don't want them back for whatever reason. They gave them an excuse to get rid of them, and they settled something. They settled something privately. And then I found out one of the people most vocal about Mesa Public Schools, you got to go out national. You got to go out and tell us what we do. We demand to have answers. And I find out she's the sister of one of the two gentlemen. Somebody messages me and goes, "That's the sister," and I'm not gonna name it what.
Right.
But she's the sister of one of the two people involved, and she's just going, "Mesa Public Schools is not telling us what's going." So I finally, on one of the posts, I just go, "Why don't you just ask your brother what's going on?"
Steven.
I said your family member, and she's like, "We are family," and I'm like, "Stop." They weren't innocent in this, and they were not innocent enough that the school district doesn't want them back. But a lot of people are on their sides because they've been around a long time, and they supposedly are great human beings, from what I've heard. I'm not they're disparaging them,
Right? But
you gave your boss a reason to get rid of you. But I also look at it from the business side of stuff. Most people don't. Most people get emotional about this, and like I know a bunch of kids. I've heard a bunch of kids, and I've seen posts, and I've heard people talking like they're not. I don't feel safe at the school with them running it because of what happened and stuff like that. The school district has to factor that side in also, whether it's true or not. If kids don't want to go to their schools because they feel unsafe because of what happened, supposedly a gun was brought. Turns out no gun was actually brought, reportedly, but it was reported wrong. It was a whole mess,
right,
and everything. But I'm like, I'm going to factor in the other kids also that don't feel safe going to that school because of what happened and stuff to that effect. And it's just high school, just feeling dirty all the time.
Well, here's the other thing. I've been involved in high school sports all my life. The thing is, you're asking that the Hamiltons, Chandlers, used to be Saguaros and Chaparrals.
Saguaro's a whole nother world.
That these guys really have the pressure of being a college coach, because you will be fired if you don't win at the certain schools, Bashes, Centennials, Liberties. So the schools now are a powerhouse, but you're getting paid a stipend. Mm-hmm. You have to teach, and you have to be an athletic director to actually make a salary to support your family. But yet, there's as much pressure, I promise you, on the Hamilton coach, on the Chandler coach, on the Basher coach going into this year as there is on Kenny Dillingham at ASU.
Oh, absolutely.
And yet, I understand it. You get up into the college ranks and you're paying me $8 million a year. With that comes responsibility. Mm-hmm. With that, I have to eat that pressure. You're giving me a $5,750 stipend, and then I have to go teach, and I have to go whatever, or have another job to make ends meet. Is that fair?
Yeah, no. But I say that about kids all the time in college. Hey, you guys are making a lot of money now. You are no longer amateurs in my eyes.
Right.
You're going to get booed. You're going to be called names. You're going to do all that stuff like people do the professional side. And before I was like, come on, man, they're just kids. No, they're professional athletes now. No. High school's turning into that, though, Dale.
Yes.
That's my point, is you're not making that money as much, but you're still dealing
But here's the same thing. You've got guys now who announce transfers on Twitter.
Yes.
They announce every offer on Twitter. Yes. Some of them aren't real. Some of them are real. And all that stuff. Why are we celebrating transfers in high school?
Yeah, I don't know. You have to sit out 5 games, or sue to not get set out 5 games.
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous. I don't get it. But it's changing the sport, and that's leading to all this nonsense happening on the backside. You need a strong. Here's the problem with that, though. You need a strong governing body, and we just don't have one.
No. Nobody does.
No, yeah, not just here.
Right.
California banned a bunch of kids. What was their response? Well, we'll just go someplace else to play, and then play through our suspension and come back. And California's like, well, you're welcome back. You played last year, so welcome back this year. Yeah, no, it's everybody. That's the whole argument behind it. When the parents of these kids have more money than the actual body does and stuff to that effect, it's a whole nother deal out there. But Dale, man, what's with all this depressing stuff you're giving us? You always blame me for this. You today. He's going to stare it down.
I want to spend the whole last hour talking about my favorite team in the world.
Robert says, favorable region, but ASU should have been a 2 seed. Well, I don't disagree. They did get screwed in the 3 seed, but I think that's where they go. They looked at the RPI, right, is what they looked at, probably. But, I'll take a 3 seed if you're in a favorable region.
I'll take a 3 seed over a 4 seed.
You have to go win your games now.
Yeah.
You have no excuse not to win.
It's
your
not
games.
like you're the 3 seed and you have to go to the 2 seed's home field to play.
Well, you have to play the 1 seed at their home field, Nebraska.
It's not 1, 4, 2, 3.
Well, no. If you beat Ole Miss, then you have to go through Nebraska though if they win.
But as the number 2 seed, you'd have to do that anyway.
Well, that's the thing right off the bat. Yeah. No, I think Nebraska. Yeah, Nebraska plays.
It's got to be 1, 4,
No, you're right.
2,
No,
3.
You're right. Because we got Ole Miss in the first game Friday night. Yeah, sorry about that.
It's not like you're going to Ole Miss to play.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, you gotta beat Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Then you play the winner of the next team.
The only difference is you don't get last at bats probably if you're the 3 seed.
No, because no. Yeah.
So just beat them before then.
Home team. They play Friday night too, like 9 p.m. Eastern time, I believe it is.
Oh, that's 6 o'clock here, Steve. You'll just be right in the throes of getting your dinner on.
I'll be ready to go, is what you're trying to tell me on that stuff. Kansas and West Virginia both got 1 seeds, by the way, in the Big 12 tournament as well. Yeah, Kansas, West Virginia 1. Cincinnati, Oklahoma State's are 2 seeds, and UCF are 2 seeds, and Arizona State's the 3 seed in terms of Big 12 teams. Headed to the dance. I hate that name for the baseball tournament, but that's what they call it there as well. So best 2 out of 3s. Then you move on to the super regionals after that.
Just to get it in real quick before the top of the hour, I didn't even delve into it because there's so much time this summer to go over that, but do you see where the Big 12 is lagging way behind in money compared to Big 10?
Yeah, both Big 10 and SEC are running away with it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yet they want to be in the same.
Well, I told you, I know. I told you, you might not have been here the day I did. I can't remember because the last couple of weeks are kind of a blur for me. But UCLA, I think it was UCLA. They brought in, maybe it was USC. My numbers are going to be out, but basically double the last Pac-12 check that they got. So they were getting like $33 million a year from the payout from the Pac-12.
Right.
And this year they got $75 million or something like that. And they're not even getting a full share of Big Ten money yet because they were new to that. So they have to take a reduced amount for a few years. Double the amount they brought in.
So they're not getting as much as Rutgers yet?
Yeah, from football. Yes. Yeah. And Northwestern and stuff like that. Now you can instantly look at that and go, well, this is still a good move. Yeah, but their travel costs are through the roof also. Right, because they're traveling across, like you said, the basketball team has to go play Rutgers Sunday, like from L.A. to Rutgers, and then they got to go West Virginia to play, and then they go back home for 2 at home after that. They're Cronin, their head coach, is constantly complaining about that and things to that effect. So when we come back, we'll of course talk Diamondbacks. I'll get you set up on the NBA and NHL as well coming up here. From that perspective, number 3 seed for your ASU baseball. So
good luck.
Good things coming up as well. We'll talk more about that, obviously, throughout the week. Programming note really quick. Bruce Cooper, Friday this week, back from his cruise. He said he's still slipping out of bed from all that suntan lotion and oil. Got to get all that washed off. Coconut oil.
TMI.
Come on back, folks. Second hour main event coming up next. Dale, breaking up with people. So much fun. Now, how many people are going to project that into my personal life? No, it's business life is what we're talking about right now as well. Out there, second hour main event, having some fun in the first hour. Dale pointed out we just blew through our first break. We're having so much fun in that first hour, folks, here on this Tuesday as well. Couple just quick notes out there before we drive into anything. Dolphins, great. Fernandez, defensive tackle.
Manny.
Yeah, he was on the 72 perfect team. Passed away as well. 79 years old. 72 team, Dale.
It was a personification of that defense called the no-name defense.
The no-namers.
He was a hell of a defensive lineman, made a bunch of plays, and I know a lot of people over the years now have tried to poo-poo. Oh, the season was only 12 games or 14 games, whatever it was. And they don't play as many. Hey,
yeah, it was still football.
When you're the
slaps.
only team, person, thing to do something in the history of something,
yes,
you're special.
Yes,
can't take that away from them.
Was that the year that they had to switch quarterbacks also?
Yes, Bob Griese was starting quarterback. He broke his leg. Earl Morrill came in. 72. So I'm 10 years old at that time.
I was going to say, how old were
I
you?
kind of remember it a little bit.
Well, that's what I want to know is in the moment that people realize that they were watching.
Yeah, because it was a huge thing because nobody ever got undefeated.
Because I remember when the Patriots were undefeated and they played the Giants here in the Super Bowl. That was 08 Super Bowl. I remember because I was supposed to go to that game and then Ethan was born about 40 days early.
Way to go.
On Super Bowl Sunday, so I had to get my ticket up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Has he paid you back for that?
No, I'm still. Oh, he's working on it. But I remember, and I remember thinking now I had a lot of, obviously, kid being born way early and all those types of stuff I was dealing with. But I remember people talking about it, making a big deal of it. But then, the second they lost, it was like, oh, well, move on.
Oh.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
That's how I remember it.
Yeah, well... You probably weren't paying much
attention.
As
I put a caveat to that.
I was
dealing with other stuff. But.
That was a huge thing because they could do something that's only been done.
I remember
once.
It was a big deal leading up to it. Because
Yeah.
I remember people going, "Oh, there's kids in wherever they send those shirts to, there's kids there that think the Patriots,
still undefeated.
We're 17-0 to won the Super Bowl."
No, again.
But after they lost, it was a big hubbub and everything?
Yes. And again, when I think of things that have been done one time, like in a single entity, not like Cal Ripken over 25 years playing in every game and all that.
Yeah.
Will Chamberlain scoring 100 points.
Yeah.
If anybody in the NBA...
Allegedly.
If anybody in the NBA ever approaches 100 points... Can you imagine how big a deal that would be?
People lose their minds when they hit 60,
right?
50, 60. Yeah.
And a few times it's been hit at 70 and whatever. Yeah. It's great. So,
I think there was an 80 recently, too, if I remember right.
And I'm just saying as a guy who was fortunate enough to play in the NFL, and I saw some really, really good teams.
Like that Bears team you talk about,
yes!
Your first year there, the 86 Bears.
86 Bears.
Yeah. 86 champions.
And they still lost one.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, to go through the entire season, even if you are the best, to hit on enough cylinders every Sunday or Monday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday now.
These days.
Or Saturday.
Every day but Sunday.
It used to be every Sunday and Monday back in the day. It's been done one time, and there's a reason it's been done one time.
Yeah, how hard that is just from like you talk about.
Yeah. You can stack our 92 Dallas Cowboys team up against a lot of the greats.
How many wins was the 92 team?
We were 14-2 in the regular season.
Okay, yeah.
And then we ramrod ourselves through the playoffs and
But 14-2 in the regular season.
Yeah.
That's my whole point. Especially 92, was that before the era of resting guys toward the end of the season, or did that still happen?
Well, we played with Jimmy.
You guys did not. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
There was not a resting a guy.
Nowadays, and then they go to an 18th game, man, you have your division wrapped up and your playoff seeding. You're going to be
and you're not undefeated. You're not undefeated.
And you're going to be resting guys 2-3 years. I remember when I had cold season tickets and was back there a lot, those years where they would be undefeated with like 2 or 3 games left, they'd be asking them things like, hey, are you going to go for an undefeated season? Or are you going to rest for the playoffs, like for the last games? I remember distinctly they go, hey, going undefeated is something we want to do, but we also need a rest. And then they failed. They lost in the playoffs early a couple years. So they changed their philosophy. And then they were saying, no, we're going to play through the regular season. So we're ready to go for them. And then they would still lose. So I don't know if there's a right answer.
So we, in that 92 season, we started off 3-0. And then we had to go to Philadelphia on a Monday night. My ears are still ringing from that. And they beat,
how loud it was in there?
Yeah, it was
or
unbelievable.
the slaps you get in the side of the head.
Well, a little bit of both, but it was so like it was Monday night game. We were both 3-0. I think we had a bye week before then because we beaten Phoenix. Yeah.
Wait, 3-0.
3-0.
You had a bye week in week 4?
I think we had 2 bye weeks.
Oh, that's right. That's 2 bye weeks. Yeah.
But we had 2 weeks, so there's a Super Bowl buildup.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I told you this. That's the game where we showed up to the stadium and everybody. It's a Monday night, 9:00 kickoff. Fans all around our buses.
You know what Philadelphia is doing?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And so we lost that game.
Well, just we finished that story. If people that haven't heard it, I mean, they were rocking your bus,
throwing beer bottles. We thought we were gonna have to get out, fight our way into Veterans Stadium.
This is you getting in 3 hours, 4 hours for the game to warm up and practice and stretch and all that stuff. Yeah.
So we lost there on to Philadelphia 31-7. They kicked our ass. I forgot that.
Now this was Seth Joyner and those guys' years, obviously.
Yes. Randall Cunningham, a quarterback. Buddy Ryan.
Great defense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You said Seth Joyner's first before Reggie White.
Oh, Reggie White.
Kind of interesting, but
yeah.
Okay.
I forget about Reggie because I think of Reggie White as a Packer more than I do an Eagle, to be honest with you.
And then
that's my fault, Reggie. I apologize.
Hold on.
Oh, he's doubting Wikipedia.
Well, hold on. 1992. Oh, we went 13-3.
Oh, see.
1992 playoffs.
You lost one of the early games or one of the late games. I do remember that.
Yes.
I don't remember if you were.
Hold on. It must be the 93 season.
Okay. You were better in 93 than you were in 92. I do know that.
Record-wise,
yeah.
1993.
You were more dominant in 93 with expectations than you were in 92. So, yeah.
Well, remember, we lost the first. No, we couldn't have won because.
Because you lost the first 2 with Emmett out, right?
Yes.
That was 93.
So we must have sucked then too. Never mind.
He doesn't even remember.
I thought we went 14-2 one year. We were 12. We lost. We're 12-4 in 1993.
Yeah, you were 12-4 in 94 and 12-4 in 95.
We were never 14-2.
Look at that. He's making it up, folks. Maybe you're thinking about those Buffalo Bills years when you weren't there.
What? What?
The realization's hitting him, folks. Just letting that just come out there. So used to winning that you just automatically assume you do. Yeah.
How about? I thought one year we were 14-2. San Francisco was 15-1. How about 1994?
12-4.
1994 season.
That was when you lost the NFC Championship to those 49.
We were 12-4 again.
Yeah, 12-4.
Did we not go 14-2?
Nope. 13-3, 12-4, 12-4, and 12-4. Are you thinking of the Barry Switchers year? Maybe it was the Campo years.
Man, we suck. Never mind.
I forgot. I have to take a shot at Dave Campo.
Jeez.
Yeah, 96, you were 10-6. You still finished first in your division.
Never 14-2.
And then you were 6-10 with the Campo years and all that stuff after that.
Man, we suck. So anyway, the Miami Dolphins.
His point is,
yes, undefeated is really, really hard to do, no matter how good.
No, I think you're thinking 14-2 because that 13-3. If I remember correctly, that's when you beat the Bills in the playoffs and destroyed them.
Yeah.
There, you're thinking because you did lose a game late that year. I don't know if you were resting guys that year or what, but You've obviously forgot one of those losses. Okay, Dale, just blame it on old age. Go, what day is it? What time is it? Where am I
It's
at?
Tuesday after
Who are you guys?
In my mind, we went 14-2 one year.
Hey, in my mind, I went 14-2 in the NFL too. To be honest with you, you lost to the Eagles, the Rams at Texas Stadium, 23-27, and you lost December 13th to the Washington Redskins at that time in RFK. By a field goal, 17-20 at that point.
Yeah, I think that was the game that we didn't get a meal on the way back.
Because you lost by 3?
Yeah, that might have even been overtime. I'm not sure.
It doesn't say here, but I want to say it was, judging by.
But we could have clinched the NFC East or something if we had won that game.
Yeah, because then you had the Falcons and then the Bears up on your schedule after that as well. So. It doesn't say overtime. Or it was the last second field goal or something is what you guys didn't do in that game.
That stadium, that year, stadium.
Joe Gibbs and Jimmy Johnson battling it out as coaches.
Veteran Stadium was the loudest place I'd been in my entire life. And then RFK that year, because Washington was competitive.
Yeah.
Literally,
I know why Jimmy was mad at you. It wasn't an overtime game, but go ahead.
Literally, the field was shaking. Because it was that old rickety stadium was rocking.
I saw a MLS game in that stadium like before they tore it down.
Yeah. And
half a crowd in there, and that you walked and you felt that stadium.
Yeah.
You were just like, this is unsafe.
Yes.
Yeah. I think Jimmy was mad at you because you guys had a 17-7 halftime lead. And you didn't score once in the third or fourth quarter. And they came back and scored 13.3 in the third and 10 in the fourth. You guys lost 20-17. So his halftime speech didn't help out. Actually made you guys worse.
So then he made us not eat.
That is so great.
Yeah.
That's a long flight from what is that, 3 hours, 3.5 hours from Washington to Dallas?
Yeah, at least
Might
3.5.
Yeah. Yeah, 22 first downs in this game, 29 rushes, 121 yards rushing. They had 25 at 68 in that. 23 completions on 35 attempts, 245 yards for you. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception for the Cowboys. Washington was 13 of 30, 185 yards.
How do they beat us?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Was Mark Rippon the quarterback?
You had 4 sacks for 24 yards. They had 2 for 7. You had 221 net passing yards. They had 178. You had 342 total yards. They had 246. They beat you because you had 4 turnovers in this game.
Oh,
and they only had 1. So that second half must have been turnover fest as well. You had 5 penalties, 37 yards. They had 6 for 56. As well. They were 4 for 13 on third downs, no less. You guys got beat by them. You had the ball for 32 minutes and 14 seconds in this game. They only had it for 27.
So everything pointed to we should win the game except for turnovers.
If you just look at those stats, you go, they won it.
Yeah, those skill guys.
What were the I know Troy had a fumble in that game. I do know that without looking. But who were the other fumbles?
I haven't.
Emmitt Smith had one. Kelvin Martin had one. Interesting because he didn't do very much. And then Michael Irvin had a fumble as well.
Really?
Yeah. 105 catches, 105 yards for Irvin. 1 fumble.
We sucked.
To answer your question, Mark Rippon was the quarterback.
Meanwhile, my stomach's starting to growl because I didn't have breakfast, and I'm thinking about riding home after a long day
on the plane,
no food.
You guys are all hitting up the McDonald's before the flight, all standing in the long line.
No.
I know you didn't go through the terminal.
No, and guess what? They still gave us beer on the plane. How smart is that? Think about that.
Why you're not eating?
Haven't eaten since breakfast in the morning.
Here's going to make it even worse for you. You guys held Art Monk to nothing. 1 reception for him, 9 yards. You held him to nothing. Bucky Irving, 1 reception for 8 yards on top.
Well, they only had 13 completions.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Ernest Biner, though, 1 158 yards for Ernest Biner in this game.
I thought you said they had less than 100 yards rushing.
Here's the thing. He had one attempt for 41 yards, so he threw the ball on you for a touchdown as well. No, I'm sorry. That's his passing. That's his QB number is 158. Sorry. 69 rushing yards for him. 19 carries, 69 yards. Ernest Biner threw a touchdown pass on you guys for 41 yards.
Crazy.
Ernest Biner was not a small dude. That is hilarious. Memory lanes for Dale. Now he's all mad. We should have gone 14-2 that year. Not quite there yet. Hey, we had a no-hitter yesterday in baseball, but before we get to that, throw up the NBA playoff bracket for me, if you would, Kobe. Get everybody updated after the weekend. Well, series is tied 2-2 in the West. Thunder Spurs. Spurs won Game 4 to tie it up 2-2 at home. Best of 3 now going forward, while the Knicks sit at home, folks.
For a week.
Yes. This is unbelievable. Okay. I'm going to disparage the Knicks competition. I know I probably shouldn't. But between the 76ers and the Cavs, both quitters. Both of those teams are quitters. They stopped playing when the Knicks would go on those big runs. They stopped playing at that point, swept both the series. Both of those teams are quitters. Quitters. Charles Barkley was right. You see him last night?
Yeah.
He said, here's the definition of quit. And as a verb, it was Cavaliers. Yeah. It was pretty funny. I literally in the second quarter went, the Cavs aren't even playing anymore. When they went on that 20-0 run, I went, Knicks, Cavs aren't even playing right now. They just want to go home.
They were basically done after the first game when they gave up the 23-point lead.
That's what I worried about. Yeah. I said that. I go, I don't know if they can recover from losing the 22 points.
Yeah, they win that game, it'd be different. Knicks, you don't know how much, but it could have been different.
I thought it would be a Thunder-Knicks championship game, or I thought the Knicks were going to make it the whole time. The Knicks are blowing everybody out. This is going to be fascinating to see if they can continue it. But they're about to go up, whether it be the Thunder or the Spurs. They're about to go up against a defensive team like the likes they have not seen in these playoffs. Probably most of the regular season as well. So it's about to get fascinating.
Well, I got this from Tim Bontemps.
Oh, my buddy.
He's an NBA writer.
Yes.
The Knicks in the last 11 games.
They won most of those games by 30.
They beat their opponents by 262 points. It's a little over 20 points.
I saw a stat earlier. It was a weird graph and everything, but the Knicks and this playoff run, their 10 games in the playoffs is the best 10-game playoff run the NBA's ever seen.
It's the best point differential across 11 games in NBA history, regardless of its regular or postseason play. You're right. San Antonio or Oklahoma City will be much more competition. But whereas I thought the Western Conference Championship was kind of like the NFC Championship game back in the 90s, there wouldn't be any competition.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you think, watching what the Knicks are doing, do you think they can put a fight up?
It ain't going to be 4-1, whoever gets there.
You think it'll go 6?
Yeah, at least 6. Because the Knicks are going to come out sluggish. Like, you already know that. They're not playing until next Wednesday.
You want me to go full conspiracy theory on you?
What's that?
There's no way the NBA is letting the Knicks get out of this series less than 6 games, ratings-wise.
Well, no doubt about it.
They're gonna if the Thunder or the Spurs are up 2-0, you're gonna see those referees get in that game that the calls will go against that team a little bit to get the Knicks back into it to keep it going as long as possible. Because the Spurs and the Thunder markets, tiny. You're gonna want that Knicks side of it.
The Knicks.
That's where it gets fascinating.
It's fascinating because the Knicks. I see a lot of similarity between the Knicks and the Cowboys as far as national appeal.
Yeah.
Knicks haven't been to the NBA Championship Series since 1999. Obviously, the Cowboys since 1995, but there is so much interest and following of the New York Knicks. And it's not just in New York.
No, they're a fun team to watch.
Yes.
And they're blowing everybody out by 30. That's fun. I mean, the blowouts aren't fun, but watching what they do is fun. They were just toying with the Cavs yesterday, and then they went on that whatever it was 20-0 run or whatever it was, and you were just like, they're just messing with them.
Yes.
They're a dominant team coming out of the East, playing one of two dominant teams coming out of the West. So it'd be interesting to see if this can battle up. But like I said, the NBA is not letting that be a fast series.
What I would love to do right now is get the line for the first game of the NBA Finals, bet against the Knicks, because they're going to be out in 10 days.
Game one will be an interesting one.
June 3rd on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Robert says the older that you get, the rosier the past was, with you making that schedule better.
Yeah. The older I get, the better I was.
Exactly. Pretty soon he's going to be like, we were 16-0 one season.
We almost were the Dolphins.
Papa Mike says, "Good, all good, Dale. I didn't bang helmets for 17 years, and I can't remember stuff either." That's so great.
I don't know where I got 14.
Hey, run with it. Run with it. I think this Thunder Spurs series has been fun. It's going to continue to be fun. I swear to God, though, NBA, you have to fix this problem. The Thunder are becoming unwatchable in my eyes.
Yes.
As good as they are. When you have a guy that goes up and isn't touched, meaning SGA, and you call a foul and give him 2 shots at the line, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
And it'd be different if it's a one-off,
Nope.
like every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
It's not.
It was just a game. I was just like, are you kidding me right now? This is a joke. I did see social media picked up on it as well, but it happened a lot. He comes down in these weird, awkward things with his ankles. He's going to seriously hurt himself one of these times, man, and blow out an ankle or a knee or something with this fakery. And then you're going to look like Martin Gramatica for you Cardinals fans.
What?
Do you remember that, Dale? He kicked a field goal, and then he went and he jumped.
And it wasn't even a game-winning field goal.
No, it was like a second quarter.
Yeah.
The Cardinals made the game 32-3. They got within 3. They got 3 points closer to the 33. Yeah, and he blew out his knee when he jumped. That's what he's going to do one of these days, man. The way he lands. They got to figure this out because it's bad to watch. It's terrible to watch. No doubt about that.
And then they let Oklahoma City just knock the living bejesus out of Wemby. But yet the little guy SGA gets every call in the book.
I know. It's unbelievable. That was De'Aaron Fox guarding him too. De'Aaron Fox did what I said the Suns should have done. You challenge him, and the second he goes up for a shot, you back off. You take a step back because he's going to jump into you. Remember back in the day when pump fakes were like, pump fakes were just to get distance so he could get a shot off? SGA uses pump fakes for fouls, meaning he'll jump into you. So you literally you see him start to jump, you let him take the open shot, you just dive to the ground, away from him. Dive as far away from him as you can. So he can't flail his body. It's becoming unwatchable. I can't stand it. It's to the point, Dale, where the NBA has me rooting for the Spurs.
It's amazing because I can't imagine that the officials do not watch film and go, wow.
Yeah.
Double wow.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's err on the side of he might get smacked one time and we miss it versus 4
just don't blow the
phantom
whistle.
Fouls.
Just don't blow the whistle. Yeah.
You're right. It's becoming unwatchable.
No, it is. And I'm not kidding you. I literally found myself yesterday rooting for the Spurs. And I'm still disgusted by the Spurs. Did you see that after game 2? Who's their old coach that I can't stand that ruined the game of basketball?
Popovich?
Popovich. As soon as they landed, Popovich went up to them and chewed them out for the way they played game 2. And I just somebody slap that old man. Somebody just slap that old man and get him out of there. But I can't stand him. But the NBA has me rooting for the Spurs in this series.
Yes.
It's bad. That's how bad it's gotten in my eyes. Throw up the NBA or the NFL, the NHL playoff brackets. I looked out at my notes, and all of a sudden I got all like crazy here. Dale, this is some excitement here. Vegas Knights, folks. They're not just beating Colorado. They are beating the snot out of them. Defensive style, their goalie's hotter. Vegas Knights are. They're playing a defensive style. A lot of the Kings. Lou talked about that last week. And the Kings just couldn't score in the other end. Well, Vegas can. They can be down. They don't sweat it all. Here's the other side of it. Injuries for Colorado are crept in. Their all-star super defenseman still out for the Colorado. He's an assistant captain. He's important. I knew it would factor in. I didn't realize it'd factor in this much. McKinnon got hurt in this game as well, to where he had to fight back to play in this game. This series is over. Now it's just a matter of when. Teams don't come back from 3-0 down unless it's a miracle. But Colorado's got the talent to do it. I think they do win the next game to make it 3-1 to give them hope. But Vegas
wasn't Vegas down 0-3?
They were down by 3
in the
goals.
game in the first period.
Yeah, they scored. They scored 5 unanswered to win the game 5-3 on top of it. Yeah, and it was just like what I was watching that game going, what is happening? And then you got this Carolina-Montreal series, folks. This series is a fascinating one. I told you before. Montreal's problem is they go through long stretches of not putting shots on goals and stuff like that. 0 shots in goal in overtime. 2 shots on goal in the last 37 minutes and 43 seconds of the game last night. You don't win too many games if you're not putting the puck on the net because you can't score. Dale, it's something like, I read a stat. It's like 72% of teams that don't shoot the puck on the net don't outscore their opponent. Something like that.
Well, what I'm most fascinated with in this is the fact that at least most experts that I read or heard thought that Colorado, Carolina were shoo-ins, and it was going to be an epic Stanley Cup.
It looked like. I was looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Now we're going to get a Carolina Knights final. I don't know if I'm as excited about that. I'm a Knights fan. I don't know if I'm as excited about that. But here's the thing about hockey, that this is one reason why I love the game. Now, McKinnon's status for the Colorado Avalanche is uncertain after he got hurt there in game 3. That's a big one there. So you're without your star defenseman, and now you can lose your star offensive player as well in McKinnon. This could easily turn into a sweep here for the Knights, just depending on what happens with McKinnon coming up as well. But hockey is a sport where the best team doesn't always win the trophy. They were the best team in the regular season. It wasn't even close. Colorado was, and they look like mincemeat here against it. Now, can Montreal turn around and make that a series to go longer? Is more of the question there from that side of it. But I'm the biggest Knights fan out there, and I can't believe what's happening. I'm floored by what's happening right now out there.
Right.
And it just goes to show you also, coaching matters in some of these sports. In the NBA, coaching doesn't really matter because the players make their own word. Coaching matters in football. Coaching matters in baseball. Coaching matters, we see with the Diamondbacks, and coaching matters in hockey. And they hired a guy with 9 games left in the season, 8 or 9. He's 16, like 4-1 or something like that since then.
But see, like every hockey guy that I've talked to talks so highly of him in short spurts. Like he's not your coach for 5 years.
No.
Because he grates
he's obviously earning himself a job for next year.
Yeah.
And you sign him to a 2-year, 3-year deal. But I'll put it this way: year 2 or year 3, you'll be getting rid of him.
Yeah.
Because he's going to run. He's going to run thin, and people are going to hate him. But he's definitely earned a contract after this year and what he's done in these 9 games. Maybe you tell him to go have fun on the beach, and we'll see you 8 games before the playoffs next year. I have an assistant.
Hire an intern. You're going to take over for him after the All-Star break.
Have an assistant team run it afterwards and stuff like that. It's just everything he's touching. He even went with like the controversy goaltender decision isn't necessarily the case. They're both good. But he went with a guy that people probably thought he shouldn't go with, and that's turned into gold as well for him as well. But this is just fascinating to see. Tonight, Colorado Vegas do play tonight as well. 6 p.m. our time here on the West Coast, 9 p.m. there on the East Coast there, Colorado Knights. So if you want to watch a sweep, I'll tell you this. If McKinnon doesn't play, we're looking at a sweep. If McKinnon plays, I could see Colorado making a blip here. They win 1 game and not get swept, but we'll have to wait and see what comes up as well. The other thing is Max Domi Jr., the second, whatever he is, he had surgery after the season. They came out and they said complications from the offseason surgery means he's out indefinitely. They're not even sure if he'll be able to come back for training camp yet. What kind of surgery did he have?
Well, what was it on? Did it say it was on lower body, upper body?
They never tell you that. They just said the surgery was to address an issue he played throughout the season. Yeah. Second of all, I remember when Domi was playing for the Coyotes when he was like a rookie. He's 31 years old now. Man, time flies. I remember his dad playing. That's how long ago I am on that side as well. So, yeah. But then, what kind of complications where the team has to come out? Like, don't you just not say anything? And they came out and they go, oh, he's going to be out. We don't even know if we'll have him back for training camp yet. Doesn't that tell you that's bad?
Yeah.
That tells you that's something royally.
Because you'd wait till middle of the offseason to say, yeah, there's been some complications.
Yeah, and then you go, oh, he had to go back in and get it cleaned up again or whatever. But no, they're just like, nope, he's out for a while. That either tells you they got in there and they were like literally it's in medical journals and stuff because it's so bad. That's an interesting story from that side as well from there. And then, Dale, finally, you're going to have your say here. Should I just leave the show now? We'll take our break here. Maybe Dale will let me come in and talk here, but your Arizona Diamondbacks.
I cannot. I actually was tickled pink yesterday watching that 5th, 6th inning of the Diamondbacks because I couldn't wait for this morning for this segment to find out what negativity Steve can suck up from the Diamondbacks. And here we go after the break.
Stay tuned, folks, because I got something. Come on back. Main event. And we're back here, main event, here on this Tuesday after a holiday. Before we get into what Dale's been chomping at the bit to just rub it into everybody about, Houston Astros threw a no-hitter yesterday.
Yeah.
And they're not a good team. And they threw a no-hitter yesterday.
And their pitching staff has sucked.
Yeah, it's been terrible. Including the guy that started yesterday. So what does that mean? Coaching matters, maybe? Is that what we got to say it means?
Well, what do they have? A 9-0 lead. They bring in for the 8th and 9th. They didn't. A guy who's making his.
You told me this. I was at the movies when this was going on, so I had to go back and see that it was a no hitter and stuff. But yeah, you said a guy that's never pitched before. They brought into this
pitched before
game.
In the major leagues.
That is fascinating.
It's 8th and 9th.
And you put him out there. That's something Torrey wouldn't do.
Right.
24-31 Houston Astros throwing a combined no hitter yesterday. For them as well. So even when you're bad, you get good sides of things, right? From that side.
Really?
Hey, the thing that cracks me up before we get into the Diamondbacks, I was looking at the standings last night. Like the Athletics lead the AL West. They're 500. They're 27-27. The Mariners and Rangers are not good this year. What happened to the Mariners after that, ALCS run last year? But they were good enough to go to the World Series last year. They just got beat by Toronto. 26-29 for them. going into this season, man. That just goes to show you sustained success is hard in this league as well. So it is fascinating to watch it. But your Diamondbacks, Dale. Had a pause there for a minute. Take a deep breath. 29-24. Your 500 Diamondbacks are 4 games above 500. 4.5 games back in the division. And I do believe they took over.
They are in the wild card. Playoff start today, Steven.
Because your Cubs have lost 9 in a row.
Hey, didn't they? How many? They won at least 9 in a row.
Yeah,
they won.
They were in the cellar of that division, and they went and they won, I don't remember, 21-something games out of how many, but they dominated for. That's when the Diamondbacks played them. They were hot. Yeah, now 9 in a row they've lost now. That's how. So they're obviously going to be up and down all year.
Looks that way.
But yeah, your Diamondbacks third in the wild card spot behind San Diego Padres and the St. Louis Cardinals as well. By the way, basically half a game back from the Cardinals right now for that second spot on top of it.
And well, why don't we get your negativity out of the way, and then we can just finish positively. Because Steve is always going to take something.
No, I'm realistic.
And make you you're going. This is not being realist. This is just you want to be negative. That's your bent. That's your personality. Instead of just going, it's awesome to be a Diamondback right now. It
is. It's 100% awesome. It's amazing to see.
Each win that happens, you go, yeah, but it's only the Giants. Yeah.
But am I wrong with that?
It's only the Rockies.
Am I wrong with that?
Hey. I'm sorry, but have those teams won games, or are they over?
No, they're terrible.
Have they won games?
Okay, yeah, but they've even beat the Diamondbacks a couple times in this stretch.
Have they won games?
Yes.
Okay. This isn't like losing to an 0-10 NFL football team.
Like the Cardinals would do. Mike Hazen said A.J. Puck is likely to get 7 or 8 appearances in the minors as he's coming back. So that basically means middle of June is probably before we'll see A.J. Puck come back to the big leagues. Middle of June, end of June timeframe is what we're looking at. So that basically means we'll get Lawler back probably first and things like that before we get to that point.
Whatever.
Hey, he's the key to the World Series.
Whatever.
He's the key to the World Series win.
All right, so I got a couple stats for you.
Hold on, before you give it to me, let me get my other thing out here. Is we finally saw Tommy Choi get called up. I have been waiting for that to happen. Gurriel, although coming off the IL, struggled at first, but he was hitting better and playing better and stuff like that. But I said it here on the program. I said, look, I get it. Gurriel's phenomenal in the past. He's struggling coming back. He started to hit it and stuff like that. But I feel like now's the time to get these young guys that are raking time on this team, like Tommy Choi. He came up, played 2 games in this series, Dale. Does anybody not want to see that kid play every day? I'd rather see him than Gurriel moving forward. I really would. It's not a knock on Gurriel. I guess it is a knock on Gurriel. But you got a young stud behind you. A la Alec Thomas. You have a young stud behind you that can come up and play every day and do good. This is a tough decision, Scott, coming back. We don't need Gurriel back on this team. We just don't.
Well,
go ahead, Dale.
I would rather have to have a tough decision about 2 guys that you know can play than not have a tough decision.
Well, that's the problem. That's the nice thing to have, right? Because otherwise you could have been stuck with Alec Thomas and his bad batting average all year because you had nobody behind him, right?
So over the last 2 weeks, Stephen, can you give me the names of the 2 players with the most hits in the major leagues of baseball?
One of them is Ketel Marte.
Okay.
I'm going to guess the other one has to be Corbin Carroll.
Ketel Marte, 20 hits.
Yeah, I know Marte was one of them. But
Corbin Carroll, 19 hits. The hottest players in baseball, both.
So I was right. I guess right.
Both play for your Arizona Diamondbacks.
Isn't that crazy?
Another interesting fact, according to Jesse Friedman, since Troy Lavello's call-in to the starting pitchers on May 5th.
We had them all in there, and then he regretted, I shouldn't have brought this up to you guys out here.
D-back starters are averaging just under 6 2/3 innings per start.
Yeah.
Where everybody, including you, were like, "Oh, this bullpen's going to be worn down. Oh, this bullpen's going to be
first of all, when we were
tired.
saying that, they were going 3 innings.
Dog tired.
When we were saying that, they were going 3 innings.
How are they going to make it through the summertime? And now those same guys are going, we can't get enough innings for our bullpen.
That's true, man. Guys can't get enough hits out there. Yeah, I know.
Oh.
No, this team's raking against 2 bad teams.
So
here's the good news: you got Seattle next. They're not very good. They'll beat you, but the Diamondbacks are better than Seattle the way they're playing right now. Let's go, baby. Keep it rolling.
Well, that's the whole thing. You know they're going to come back down to earth.
Yeah.
But
here's the problem: they're going to come back down to earth, and they're only 4 games above 500. The Torey Lovello teams cannot escape 500. They should be 10 games above 500 by now.
Stop. San Francisco's won 22 games. They're not a bad team.
Terrible. Have you watched them lately?
They won 20. The Rockies have won 20 games. All right? There's other teams that have won less than that. Well, not many. But there's...
I was going to say who.
Why can't the Diamondbacks be
Angels.
in the American League West?
Yeah,
They'd be run away with it.
That's what I'm saying. The whole AL West. Even if the 27-27 Athletics, you're like, really? They're leading that division?
Yeah, the Mariners 26-29.
By the way, I'm the first guy that knocks Marte because of his work ethic or lack of it, of his lackadaisical attitude. I'm the first one to knock him. But, I'm also the first one to give him the props. He has woken out of whatever slumber he was in. His last 3 games, this is before he started raking. 10 hits, three doubles, 8 RBIs, 6 RBIs as well, for those in between that 3 games and stuff like that. Yeah. It's just, this team is just playing at all cylinders right now.
The thing is, and I was watching with a buddy yesterday, when Carroll and Marte are going good. Mm-hmm. The entire lineup looks different.
Especially when it's Carroll doing it. Marte adds additional stuff to it. I pinpointed Corbin Carroll's the linchpin of this. When he's struggling, the whole team struggles.
When he gets on base, there's just a different dynamic out there.
I'll go a step farther. When you see him legging out a triple or a double, that does something to this team where they wake up and they go, let's go.
It's like the Energizer Bunny. You see it. It's like you can see all 9 guys that are playing be lifted up.
Absolutely. But can I complain about that with Marte on the opposite side. When he goes lackadaisical mode, you see the whole team go lackadaisical mode, kind of. And you can counteract that with a Corbin Carroll type of guy. And you can notice it. When did he? I forget what day it was now. Maybe it was Friday. Maybe it was Saturday. When he hit that triple to go 50 home runs and whatever it was, or whatever.
50 triples.
Whatever it was, 50 triples and however many home runs. He's one of like 3 players to ever do it. Yeah. Or the second youngest to do it, whatever the stat was. It just, that turned that game. That just turned that game there instantly. You saw everybody kind of just pep up a little bit and stuff. So, it's fantastic. It's a fun team to watch right now. No doubt about it. I want to see what they do against good competition now.
I hope they don't play a good team until August.
They got the Dodgers coming up in July, I think.
Yeah.
But, this is the point,
Well, yeah, June 1st.
Is it June 1st? I thought it was July.
Yeah, they finish San Francisco on Wednesday. Then they go to Seattle, and they're at home against the Dodgers for 4.
Well, Dodgers aren't dominating right now either. But, just everything they're doing right now is touching gold, right? They bring up Tommy Choi. Kid looks like he's a 10-year veteran of baseball out there. Amazing. You got decisions, right? Tawa. If you send Troy back down before Tawa, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing, man. That's all I'm going to say on that. It just, nobody needs to see it. And I'm even to the point where I'm like, yeah, Gurriel is a part of this team, but if he's not willing to come back and sit behind these young guys, we don't need him on this team anymore. Keep touching these guys that are dominating in the minor leagues and coming up, and they're ready to play. I think that's the message here. Don't be afraid to make these changes when you get out there as well. So I was surprised we saw. I always joke around and call him lasagna like everybody does, but He had like a bum shoulder the other day, and they put him in there. He looked good out there. I was a little worried about him yesterday with what I was hearing
Well,
about his arm.
and a little bit like the Suns. Remember, we went into the season certain expectations. Hey, if they can get to mid-30s, high 30s, that's a great season for them. They're on the upswing and all that. And then all of a sudden they got off to a fast start. It's like, oh, no, 45 wins. No, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
With the Diamondbacks, remember before the season, what did we talk about so much? Hey, if they can just stay in the mix, they can hang around till midsummer when all of a sudden.
We said at the beginning, but I brought that up last week. Being 500 might not be good enough to be in their hunt.
You're going to get all these guys back, Steve.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, but guys that come off the IL don't play well for the Diamondbacks.
Okay, so you already, again, negative. They negative.
No, but this is what's exciting about this. Is even if you get Corbin Burns back, it's 75% of Corbin Burns, where he can't go 9 innings or 8 innings, but he goes out there, could deal for 4 or 5, right, before you got to pass him up. A.J. Puck comes in, another bullpen guy to set it up. Yep. Martinez comes back from that perspective. You get him on this team. Even those guys at 70%, 80% of where they were before they went out as they're coming back, those are trade pieces you can't trade for. And they're setting themselves up to be fantastic. These young guys.
Not only that, but when you look at it, you go, okay, the starting pitching, obviously it's an anomaly. The coinciding of the call into the manager's office and now 6 2/3 innings.
You don't buy that Torrey's magic genius?
Well, it's worked so far, but at some point that's going to tail off.
Yes,
and you're going to need more bullpen help. And that's when these guys are going to start coming in. And it's like, it's shaping up if they can continue, not even this hot, but if they can win 6 or 7 out of every 10.
Yeah. No, I don't, especially against the good team. Those are playoff teams. You got to beat playoff teams if you want to get to the playoffs. You can't just beat the low-lying teams the whole time.
Well, you might be able to. I don't know. I've never done the mathematical calculation.
Well, I'll tell you right here. For instance, so the Dodgers have 34 wins, Padres have 31, you have Diamondbacks have 29. That's just in your division. Yes. You're 2 games back from the Padres, 4.5 behind the Dodgers. But if you look at the other division, because there's 3 wild cards, obviously, and we already told you, St. Louis. Does anybody expect St. Louis to continue to be in this hunt, or they filter out with what they did? I don't know. I could see them filtering out a little bit. But Padres are going to be in it. Dodgers are going to be in it, obviously, moving forward. Braves are going to win that division, at least it looks like right now. But the Nationals are only 28 wins. Do you expect them to kind of taper off a little bit? Probably. But you can't sleep on the Phillies in that division. To me, the team that you can pretty much count out now, I don't see them recovering, is the Mets. They'll go on some runs, but they're just not going to compete. I feel like they've thrown in the towel from that side. But the Diamondbacks are 8-16 against teams above 500 records.
Okay.
That's terrible. Terrible. Now, 3 of those losses was the sweep of the Dodgers. I'll excuse the Dodgers loss every day of the week because you're not as good as the Dodgers.
Well, especially the first 3.
Yeah, you're not as good as the Dodgers in terms of talent. So take 3 of those out there, but still they're 8-13 against teams above 500. And it's just like, wow. That is an eye-opening record that
people.
And that's why, Dale, I sit here and I go, great. They're playing great. The Diamondbacks are better than the Dodgers, than the Giants and the Rockies. Period. End of story. They're better than them. You got to wake up against these better teams. That's why I can say that.
You can listen to the terms of endearment and optimism, or doom and gloom.
The realist.
Or doom and gloom.
The realist.
Make your choice.
The realist is where you should do it right here. The realist. No, but see what I'm saying? Take it, run with it. They're doing what they should be doing. Absolutely great. But I'm not going to be jumping up and down going, playoffs, here we come. World Series, here we come. Because you're not going to get there if you don't start beating teams over 500.
World Series, here we come.
World Series, here we come. By the way, the Yankees are 2-9 against teams over 500, so... if you want to pay attention to those times, they're 10 games over 500, by the way. They've only played 11 games against teams above 500, Dale.
A little bit like the Cardinals in the NFC West, when all three of the other teams in your division have double-digit wins.
These Cleveland Guardians are playing good baseball right now, as well, 32-24 in that division. The White Sox are a game above 500. So that makes that White Sox series not look as bad as you probably thought it was in the moment, and things to that effect. As the White Sox are playing well this year, but then you beat the Tigers earlier. That looked good because they're supposed to be a playoff team. Well, they're last in that division, 21 and 33 as well. So it is fascinating to look at the opponents you thought. I mean, that whole NL Central is just an unbelievable division, man. Whew, unbelievable. The last place team in the NL Central is the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're 28-26, Dale. Yeah.
Wow.
It's like, thank God we're not in that division. Like, we all complain about Dodgers and Padres and how much they can spend. And I did see also the Padres got rid of their FTD dog. Kind of sad about it. New ownership there. Dodgers fans complained about it all the time. Spell it out, folks. Yeah. F the Dodgers. Dog. Dodgers fans complain about it.
Did they really complain about it?
Oh, they do all the time, yeah. Oh. And the new ownership took it off the menu. It's still there. It's a hot dog, but they took it. It's no longer the FTD dog. You know?
I bet you that was a really good hot dog.
Right?
Probably big, plump, juicy.
Especially after you beat them in the playoffs a couple years ago. You're probably selling out of them like crazy. They're selling out of them like nuts. I mean, what kind of ownership is not endearing themselves to the fan base, right? So I follow a bunch of people that do Padres stuff and fans and stuff. Like, they're in uproars that they took this out of the thing, out of the concession stand. Talk about new ownership, not placating yourself to your fan base and just being like, whatever.
And I know this is a one-off, but this is going to be fascinating just to keep an eye on. All right?
Give it to us.
I mean, we can only talk so much about our white-hot Arizona Diamondbacks. The Supreme Court on Tuesday refused to intervene in a discrimination lawsuit led by former Miami Dolphins head coach Brian Flores against the NFL.
And that means he's won it, right?
Allowing the case to proceed to trial.
Well, that's what I mean.
Which means
the NFL does not force him. So they lost that against Gruden. Now they've lost it against Flores as well. This is going to be settled so fast because the NFL does not want.
They do not want to have emails and inter-team.
I'll even go a step farther and say they don't want emails from Stephen Ross, the Dolphins owner. If you know anything about that guy, politics aside, we don't talk politics here. That guy's far right, man. And who knows what his emails are going to have.
Far right or far left?
He's far right. Big Trump guy. But I don't mean it's like dastardly or anything. I'm just talking about like.
They don't want any of their inner workings.
But he can literally, there's probably emails of him going, Brian Flores needs to lose, so then we'll give him a bonus to fire him, because that's kind of the deal behind it and stuff like that. It's all in those emails. I have no doubt about it, from an owner like Stephen Ross. That's what I'm getting at. I'm not saying there's racial stuff or anything like that. I'm saying there's probably emails saying what the plan is from him and stuff like that. Yeah, they've lost 2 now. The tides are changing against the NFL in the court system with that arbitration ruling and stuff to that effect. This is going to get fascinating.
It is. And again, I think that there is somehow, some way that I think you're right.
Now, Gruden's not going to settle with them. Gruden's mad enough, and Gruden has enough money.
And therein lies the rub.
Brian Flores is probably going to settle with them.
The thing about Gruden is that he made enough money coaching and announcing that he doesn't need the money.
Nope, he's got it. He can play this. He can play this system the whole way through, and And John Gruden's got revenge on his mind. Brian Flores doesn't have as much deep pockets, I'm going to assume. I don't know what he's doing in his private life now. So you might see a settlement from that. So our hope is Gruden rolls this through. Because that discovery comes out, I'll tell you this also, discovery coming out can lead to other issues. Meaning everybody's going to be able to look at that discovery and then somebody else has a complaint. Oh, like, what did we hear, right? What was the story about the quarterbacks and keeping the quarterback money down? Michael Bidwell got dragged into that because him and the Chargers owner were talking, hey, good job signing Herbert for less. Oh, it's because you signed Kyler Murray for less, allowed us to have that negotiation. You're going to see that stuff, which is going to open up a ton of other stuff where people are going to go, oh, hey, they did do this illegal thing with my client. This is going to be fascinating. So and I'm here for it. I don't want to see the NFL get ruined.
No.
I want to see them take a serious hit, though, and change their operations.
I don't want to see him take a serious hit because it might take out the pension system.
Yeah, that's true.
But Flores.
He's got an incentive, does. He's got an incentive for the dash. That's how they get you, though, Dale. They want you to be on their side because of money.
Steve Wilkes is also involved in a lawsuit.
When they're like three of them, one guy settled out and one guy backed out.
Well, Ray Horton is another guy who's still out there.
He got screwed.
He hasn't coached since 2019.
Yeah, he got screwed in his case. Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, something to keep an eye on.
Absolutely. The other thing is, we'll leave you with this positivity. You're 14 and whatever, 14-3 Minnesota Vikings this year with Kyler Murray as the quarterback's off to a good start. Well, it was off to a bad start in OTAs. He threw 5 interceptions and like 7 passes. Well, first play of Vikings OTAs this morning, Kyler Murray threw a long pass to Jordan Addison. The only reason I'm bringing this up is for all you Kyler Murray people saying, oh, it wasn't Pensing, it was Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray doesn't want to throw it deep. I just watched this play. He's at his 40-yard line. Addison catches this ball at the 12-yard line on the other side. Kyler Murray can still throw it deep, folks.
That's a 50-yard pass.
Kyler Murray can still throw it deep and hit him in stride for a touchdown. I'm only pointing out, Kyler Murray can throw the ball in the air far still, folks. We're going to learn this problem, too, that Drew Pensing was. Have fun with his dink and dunk offense, Lions.
Watch him open it up. Averaging 42.
I'm telling you, man, when they come here, man, I'm telling you, we're gonna see these receivers just an offense we've never seen before and stuff like that. Robert does say Gurriel can DH when he comes back. Dude still can't run. ADC can sell insurance. Yeah, ADC's been struggling there. So Tawa, that's true. Yeah, but he can DH, but he can't run. That's the problem. DH gets on base, you need him to go. I don't know. This team
sucks.
Frustrating.
Yeah. Get out of here.
I want to see more Barroso.
You're not gonna bring us down today, Steve.
Bruce Cooper's coming in on Friday, guys. Remember, he's coming back on Friday. He's back from his cruise and getting all caught up. I said he's going to come in on Friday as well. Dale, let's get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't cause too many problems out there. Diamondbacks tonight on the mound as well.
Go get him.
Who's at Erod tonight, right? Because Merrill was.
Doesn't matter, Steve.
Domination.
6 2/3 innings.
See you tomorrow, everybody.